Hi. The easiest way how to make more out of your life. I get it. With all the things which are happening in the world and in our lives, it can become very difficult to see the cheese and not only the holes in the cheese in our lives. I get it. So the question is, how can you get out of this rabbit hole? First, and please hear me out, there will be a very practical and effective solution to help you to live a meaningful life you love. So first, we are told by society and education that complex problems require complex solutions. I do not subscribe to this point of view. Call me naive, but I'm a firm believer of the concept that complex problems require simple solutions. Isn't it that very often when we try too hard to overthink a situation, it will only lead us to frustration? While very often solutions who have been in front of our nose for a long time suddenly pop up, become visible for us, and resolve the situation. Let me give you an example. Paul Watzlawick, professor of philosophy, once asked, "What was the point of no return for the end of communism?" And providing the answer himself, he said, "It was a Hungarian border officer, who, by the way, is still living in Chopin, Hungary in his 70s, when this officer, Bela Arpad, refused to shoot at the East Germans who wanted to escape to Austria, but rather opened the border gate and did the same thing again next day. Few weeks later, the West German embassy in Prague was occupied, and a short time afterwards, the Berlin Wall fell. For 30 years, Watzlawick continued, the best think tanks in the world have tried to come up with approaches how to bring down communism. If you would have told them, well, open the border gate simply between Hungary and Austria for some 30 minutes, they would have said, you're nuts. That's much too simple. Of course, one might argue that this was just a part of a chain of events which led to the downfall of communism. But, as Watzlawick pointed out, this probably was the point of no return, a simple solution to a most complex problem. Sorry if I get always a little bit emotional when telling this story, but being Austrian myself and having experienced this myself while being in Hungary at this time, it's emotional. Well, anyway, what does it have to do with the easiest way how to make more out of your life? I strongly recommend you a simple exercise which can make wonders. It takes 30 seconds and you should be doing it in writing, ideally before going to bed. And this exercise consists of 3 steps. First, to write down 3 things from this very day you are grateful for. Now, this might sound like the classical gratitude exercise you have heard before and maybe are doing. But I suggest not to only write down the normal things like a sunset or the smile of a baby, but especially the things we take for granted, like we are healthy, we have a roof over our head, we have warm water, things we usually only become aware of when we don't have them anymore. So 3 things you're grateful for from this day. Second step, 2 small things you have been doing today and you're proud of. And the emphasis is on small. And third, 1 thing I'd be doing differently if I would be in the same situation again. For instance, I had a discussion with someone and became very impatient, so I would write down, if I have a discussion again with the same person, I'll try to stay calm. So you have 6 points, 3 from the first, 2 from the second, and 1 from the third question. And the first 5 points already are positive, and the 6th one is on the way to become positive. Now, you don't have to do this every evening, but my suggestion would be, let's say at least 3 or 4 times a week. And here comes the point. And I admit, I can't prove it scientifically, but I only can tell you, when I review my notes, as I do every Sunday morning, it gives such a wonderful positive feeling of inner peace, calm and fulfillment to see what I've achieved positively. Let's face it, as I was saying earlier, we are confronted with so many difficulties during the week that it can be really challenging to also see the cheese and not only the holes in the cheese in our lives. Give it a go for a month. What can you lose? Just some moments every evening. But you can gain so much energy to live a life you really love. Give it a go. And by the way, I'll put a link to a free app in the description below, which can make it even easier for you. Well, as I'm always saying, if you made it this far into the video, let me just say a big thank you. I hope you found it useful, and I would highly appreciate if you would gently tap the like button below the video, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel and especially click the notification bell, because this shows the YouTube algorithm that ideas like this are worth spreading, and it shows the content to more people, which means more people can benefit from it and improve and enjoy more of their lives. And if you want to define or redefine your real meaningful purpose in life, you may want to have a look at this video. Or maybe, if you even want to become a meaning counselor yourself, check out the other video. In any case, as always, thanks for watching and looking forward to seeing you in the next video.